Check if it's live. No, a few seconds ago it went live. Okay, unmuting y'all guys. Hey guys, welcome to Fun Simulation 2000.
Hey Mark.
April 26th edition, guys. This is gonna be a big one, a good one. It's actually kind of my birthday was yesterday, so it's also me celebrating my birthday. My quarantine.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank
Same
you.
here, bro.
Oh, you got the same birthday? Cheers, guys. Cheers to the birthday.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.
Yeah.
We got a good list tonight. We got how many comics we got? Like 15, 16 comics. Some repeats, some news. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be a really good one. I guarantee it. We will pretend to have fun. That's what we do every week. We don't actually have any fun. This is all for pretend. I'm doing good in quarantine. I'm sick of people message me how I'm doing and then having to make up stuff that I'm doing I'm not doing. Like I'm from the school of like I don't want to have to be productive, and if I'm not productive that's fine, but like I'm accomplishing TV show watching and that's it. But so I pretend I'm baking, I pretend I'm painting, I pretend I'm doing a lot of things. That's what we should do, guys. We should just try to outdo each other. This is the time to do it. Who's more productive? Write a script, write a horror movie. I don't care. Do your first stand-up set. Is anyone here doing stand-up for the first time ever? Because that would be awesome. It used to happen at the mic every couple of weeks. Someone would be like, "It's my first time," and then they would do okay, and then I'd never see them again. Like some bucket list shit. I don't know why they would do that. But if it is your first time, let me know and I will give you less time. That's usually works out better as you get 1 minute left. Don't run the light. If you run the light, I will just mute you because last week wasn't too bad, but we had some people going like 5.5 minutes. And they weren't even my friends. So if you're my friend, like they've never bought a beer at Reed's Local. If you've bought a beer at Reed's Local, you could run it a little bit now.
Good to know.
We used to do this at Reed's Local. Reed's Local is closed for quarantine. They are doing delivery Fridays and Saturdays from 5 to 9, which is pretty awesome. It's good. I ordered a bunch of beer from there last week, and I'm drinking some beer from there right now. So please support them. Hopefully, we all get back there soon. If you're not from Chicago, if you're ever visiting, come by every Sunday night when we're open again. There's a lot of crazy noises going on from people. I'm gonna start muting some of you guys. Yeah, I showed you guys how I'll give you the light. If you ask how much time you have left, it's automatically 1 minute. We don't fuck around. If you do that within 1 minute of the mic of getting the light, if you do that, it doesn't reset is what I'm getting at. You can't just keep going on forever. That qualifies as running the light. What other things? Stick around till the end of the open mic. And I'll go through the list one time real quick, and if you're around, we'll do a speed round. And I'll just mute and unmute you so fast. So if you want to save your jokes, like a short one for the end or a new one, it's a good time for it. Some people call it a redemption round, but it is not because nobody's ever redeemed themselves from having a bad first set. If you had a bad first set and you're like, oh no, they're gonna really just go, just leave. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter. I think what is going on here? Sorry, I'm making sure this is working. Okay, cool. Yeah, guys, we're gonna get going. I think Pratik Srivastava might be coming around a little bit later. When he jumps in, I'll have him jump in and he'll give me a little bit of a break for me to go to the bathroom, which is hilarious because I have this fake background up and the bathroom is literally like 3 feet from me. Like you could see into the bathroom if I take the background away, and I might do that when I go to the bathroom so you can see what I'm doing. That I'll be back very shortly. Other than that, if I mute you or unmute you, it's just because there's some background noise. Put your video on when you're performing. It's always a little bit better if you can, but some people have problems with that. What else is there? If you want to share your screen, I don't know if I let you. I think I turned that off. I get share my screen. Maybe we'll have a musical guest. I might pull up YouTube videos. for musical guests if the room is very slow or dead or anything. But no, guys, we're gonna start this out, guys. Please welcome. Oh, see, this is what I do at bad. I have to find the person that's up first before I introduce them. Always makes it worse. No, seriously, guys. Please welcome. This comedian was here last week. He's very funny. I'm really excited to see what he's got this week. Please welcome Gary Hughes.
Hey.
Yeah, G Hughes.
You guys can hear me?
A little, yeah.
A little?
Right. You're just quiet. Wake up that child. There's probably a kid sleeping because it looks like a kid's room, so you should be
Oh, that's me thinking I'm decorating shit.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. No, I appreciate it. I need to grow up. Yeah, I just turned 30 yesterday. It was pretty cool. I had a good time. Just ate cake and ice cream, the usual. Anyway, our president has such a small vocabulary. Anytime a terrorist attack or anything happens, he's like using words like, oh man, they're such evil losers. And I'm just thinking like, you might as well just come up there and start saying some yo mama jokes. Cause like if you still talk about people mama, it still works. Like if you just went up there as like terrorists, your mama's so fat, they on both sides of the family. Like you could just like just grill them with your mama jokes. That'd be a pretty interesting. There you go. I was about to do like 2 other yo mama jokes, but you guys already know these jokes. Have you ever won anything because the first place prize winner was disqualified? Do you think that's how like Lyndon B. Johnson felt when JFK was assassinated? He was like, I'm the president? Me? Fuck yeah. Like, I'll take it. Yeah, why not? I originally wanted to run for it, but then he wanted me to fuck with him, so I went to fuck with him. And like right after, like even like after that, right away I'd have been like, yo, fire those Secret Service because they too secret. They so secret he died. Like get rid of those guys. They're not good people. When I die, I want to be buried. I don't want to be cremated. Because cremation is so disrespectful in movies. Like they're always vacuuming somebody that's cremated or mixing them in coffee. And it's like, yo, I don't want none of that. I don't want nobody fucking around with me like that. Plus, you don't really know if that's your relative anyway. It could be just some blended up flax seeds and oatmeal. And they just like, yo, here you go, man. Go ahead. Get up out of here. $200. And you like, you ain't gonna never open it. You don't never, yeah. What are you supposed to get a good whiff of your relative? Like, yeah, that's DeAndre for real. No, so you just leave that alone. I want to become a barber. It's not because I don't have no skills or no passion for it. I just want to spit my theories to people. Cause you just gotta sit there if the barber's like cutting your hair and they just be saying crazy shit. They like, hey, you know Disney just bought up Frito-Lay's company. Yep. You're like, what? For real? All right, I guess.
He said, all right.
if you say so. I know I hate just like sometimes I just want to get my hair cut and I don't want to talk, but you know you gotta talk because they're gonna be like, yo, you watch Love and Hip Hop? It's crazy, bro. Scrappy beat. Yeah, you be like, all right, whatever, man. I guess I'll talk while you cut my hair. That's one of the things I gotta do. I had house set for my homie in LA. You ever house sit for someone and they don't tell you about pets they have? He didn't tell me he had roaches. So at nighttime, I go in the kitchen and guess what I find just scattering away. And they looking at me like, he didn't tell me he's gonna have company. And I'm like, yo, why you didn't? I'm like, bro, why you didn't tell me you had roaches? And he said like it's a little problem. He's like, oh, they were supposed to take care of that. I was like, yo, I gotta move out. You got all right, never mind. That's more of my like fear of like growing up with roaches. I just didn't like it that very much. You ever talk to people that are ex-addicts? They get so deep. I see the light. I appreciate it, even though it wasn't real light. You ever talk to ex-addicts? They get so deep with conversation. Like you'd be like, hey, you still hang out over there on the block? And they like, nah, man. Once you become a butterfly, you don't hang around the caterpillars no more. Like, what? What are you talking about? What? You talking about like metamorphosis and stuff? I still have like a sexual state of mind because of my football coach. He just said he used sexual analogies. So if you drop the ball, he'd be like, Gary, you got the bitch naked, but you didn't fuck. You hear me? You got the bitch naked, but you did not fuck. And we're like, what you trying to say, coach? Catch the ball next time. It's like, oh, all right, yeah, got you for sure. Hey, that's all. I'm Gary Hughes. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. G Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Gary Hughes. Thank you, Gary Hughes. That was good. I like it. I think I don't believe in conspiracies much, but I think that the Secret Service were just either very incompetent if it's your job to protect somebody that people want to kill, and you're like, you know what, we're gonna take a convertible, man. We're gonna take a convertible. Like, your head's just gonna be all out there, and then we're gonna go drive really, really slow. We're gonna drive like 10 miles an hour by all these abandoned buildings. This is gonna be really good. You're good, JFK. You're good.
Dallas coming up big tonight.
Yeah. Gary, Gary, did you go to in Chicago? Like there's like literally barbershops are basically just white barbershops or black barbershops. You go to a black barber.
Yeah, I'm from Oakland, so yeah.
Okay.
It's all black barbers.
Are they racist? Like, because I feel like I go to white barbers, and then after I go like 3 or 4 times, they start getting like racist, but it's like not what you think. It's like they're racist against like Irish or something, like very old school.
Nah,
a lot of weird racism.
That is
no
weird.
racism. That's
Next
funny.
comedian. Oh my God, I see him. I'm gonna do this handoff really good. Are you not in the basement this time? You're not. You're good. You're in. Usually you're behind a drop ceiling, Nathan.
Oh yeah, I just
Excuse me.
say it different with wall this time.
Oh, nice. Okay, guys, our next comedian. He's from Chicago. He's been in the mic. I think you're out in Indiana right now, but please welcome Nathan Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah, be Nate.
You talked about Gary talked about haircuts, and before I just shaved my head myself, I would take the frugal option of getting the $5 haircuts in Logan Square, where me and the person cutting my hair don't speak the same language. So there eliminates any sort of talking whatsoever. Like my whole conversation was, what I would see her was, dos, cinco, bzzz, and that was it. That was, I had the idea, since Gary talked about cremation, I think what I want my ashes to be used for is taken to a professional wrestling show and a bad guy taking my ashes and throw it in the face of another guy. Like, I feel like that would be a great way to honor me. Which the wrestlers would probably just be glad they're not getting hit with a chair that night. Just like, just dirt thrown at me? Well, that I can deal with that. I'm in Lake Station right now. If you ever listen to NPR, you may have heard of how the mayor before this one just got out of jail because you're not supposed to gamble with the money used for food banks. And it's also a dead giveaway when you make the ATM deduction at the casino. That's always kind of a giveaway. Kind of. There's Lake Station was originally called Lake Station, and then in the 1900s they changed it to East Gary because Gary was on the rise. And then 1977, Black people showed up in Gary and they're like, we don't want to be called East Gary anymore. So they changed their name back to Lake Station. But they were a very cheap town. So the water tower next to the Dairy Queen, where the guy who made chainsaw wood statues would hang out, there would be Lake Station in paint. But the paint was so thin, Lake Station would bleed through and you could see East Gary in the background. There is a lake in Lake Station. I call it Lake Don't Take Your Shoes Off. The Chicago Reader actually has a story about one of the biggest guys to come out of Lake Station, the Chicago Reader. I'd say pick it up, but we're in a coronavirus. So I don't know if you're supposed to pick up paper at this point. Oh shit, if the newspaper industry had problems before. Ugh. There was a Tiger King's big on Netflix. We grew up with a guy named Roy Boy, who was a satanic tattoo artist in Gary, who just had multiple tigers. Just like Tiger King, there's also mysterious arson that no one knows about. Don't worry, his tigers were taken away and given to a much responsible owner, Mike Tyson. True story. In Lake Station, at least 5% of outside decorations are wood pallets with the American flag painted on them. And another 5 is just the Confederate flag, which who would have thought the South was just an hour drive away from Chicago? Who would have thought that? I love dogs. I wish I could see more dogs. That's DOGS and DAWGS. All the dogs are great, but I'm talking about the canine kind. I tend to help friends out by walking their dogs when they're gone. And there's this one dog who's great. His name's Spot, who would, when we would walk around, he would just like hiss on certain spots. He couldn't get his stream out completely in one load, which that happened. And I started to learn more about dogs and how their nose are incredible. If you smell something in a room, like a perfume, that dog can smell it in a stadium. So, and the most fragrant part of a dog is their ass. And when a dog smells another dog's ass, they can tell their emotional state, their health. Dog's nose can tell if people got cancer. So when they pee on different spots, I realized the other day, that's like dog social media. Like we need a phone to be able to go on Facebook and go on Zoom right now. Dogs just use their piss. They are a superior creature. Like you have to use a phone to play Pokemon Go. They can take over territories just with their piss. It's very impressive. I don't know where I was going with that. That's a thought that's been just strongly on my mind the last couple of days. They're a superior creature. I think that's all I wanted to do. Dog piss and a piss at town. It's perfect.
Yes, thank you. There, you found the punchline. It took him a little bit. He found the punchline. If none of you have ever, I've been to Lake Station, Indiana. Like, I regret
strip
going
club?
there. No, for the paintball. There's a paintball thing out there. I went there for a bachelor party. But no, if you've never been, and if you're not from Chicago, or if you're from Chicago and you've never been to Lake Station and driven down I-80 just north of it, every single billboard is strip clubs, lawyers, or salvation from God. Those are the 3 things on every billboard. It's amazing. I don't know what order you're supposed to experience those things in, but they got it locked down. Sorry to hear you're in Indiana. Hopefully it's not too long and you get the fuck back out of there, because I
used to deliver Jimmy John's to that strip club, and I have been paid in thug money.
Oh, there you go. There you go. This is not wet cash.
I had to wait until she was done too.
Where's our next comedian? I'm looking for him right now, but I don't see him. This is taking me so long. Is Nick here?
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Yeah.
Where is Nick? Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I'm gonna go to this view real quick and find. There he is. All right, guys. Please welcome to the stage our next comic, Nick Lindman.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Nice to be here. I, in fact, absolutely want to be cremated because I don't want the first property I ever owned to be the 9 square feet I decompose on. I'm hoping one of the things that we put to bed with all of this is the idea of swords as any sort of useful home defense. They're stupid and useless, and she thinks they're a little creepy. Like, you're not going to defend the homestead with a sword. I see the average dude with a sword. I don't think here's a well-trained warrior ready to, kung fu some villains into submission. I think, why is this fat fuck bringing his own steak knife to the old country buffet? So everyone on Tinder says they don't want casual sex. So I bought a tuxedo jacket and a top hat. Trying that out when this ends. Another thing too, the phrase dad bod. I think we can stop using that. You were husky when you knocked her up. It's not your kid's fault. You're gonna fuck them up plenty. Don't put that on them too. It has nothing to do with having kids. The Rock has kids. Jonah Hill does not. Like, it has nothing to do with having kids. Let's not say dad bod. I am reading this as a list through some of my half bubbled up bits. Things always bothered me. The Decepticons, because the gimmick is they transform into stuff as camouflage, to hide, to deceive you. And what do they pick right out of the gate? a handgun and a fighter plane, like two things that immediately cause alarm and alert the authorities. Like I can imagine that riot, that that first meeting back at HQ after the riot they caused. It's like, well, that was a tactical mistake. Didn't really expect it to go that bad. Let's regroup, take a long weekend. We'll try again on Tuesday with I'm thinking a lime green dump truck and a triceratops. That should be a lot more incognito. For all this is a little bit of old news. They might have put this on the back burner, but before this, there was legislation in California to require porn actors to get occupational licenses. These would be issued by the Department of Industrial Affairs, because nothing pumps my nads like a Department of Industrial Affairs. And this was supposed to combat sexual harassment. And my question is, have we really fixed all the other sexual harassment? Really, all the other workplaces so free of sexual harassment that we've got time to focus on the one industry where taking it up the tailpipe is literally time and a half. Like it's not time and effort well spent, is what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave you with another thought. One of the curses of sentience is you have to be aware of the fact that in order for you to be here, your parents had to have sex sometime. Like it happened. There's no way to deny it. It happened. So for you to be here, it's an undeniable metaphysical fact that one day your dad made a ridiculous O-face and your mom faked it. And that's the image I'm choosing to leave you with tonight. I'm Nick Lindemann. You guys have been great. Thank you very much.
Hey, Nick. Nick, what's that? I like the you have like art behind you. I'm not used to seeing comics with like legit art. What is that?
That's Don Quixote. This is a Picasso print. That, I actually didn't give back to an ex-girlfriend after a particularly contentious breakup one time. So
good on you, buddy.
Let's post your address and we'll all try to steal your Picasso right now. That's
Post your address.
No, thank you, Nick Lindemann. Thank you, Nick.
Actually, kind of a shitty frame. So do your worst.
I think that that you being born just means that your dad came. It doesn't mean he had sex. It's the 70s. I mean, come on.
That's actually kind of more impressive. That's good aim. Yeah.
That's test tube babies, man. I don't know. Never been to a sperm bank. I don't know how they do it, but guys, we're gonna keep going. We got another comedian coming up. I found her already. I'm so good. So get ready for Grace Snyder.
Hey. All right. How's my sound? I'm just gonna do a sound check. That'll be most of my set. Is this thing on?
Nice.
All right, good. Hey. So oh man. I did live in the woods in isolation for about 6.5, 7 years. And I thought, oh, I'd totally be prepared for this. Like I stocked up, like I lived in Alaska. So we would shop for a while. You'd shop, you'd like store up and store your stuff in the car actually, because it's cold enough during the winter. And so that's what I did. I think it was like the first week of March. I'd just gotten back from Alaska and went through Seattle and Portland. Might as well get my diseases out of the way. And saw the mask for $8 a pop in Portland Airport. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I did not buy any though. Do I regret it now? No, we're good. Got this. I'm good. You know, I'm just gonna break away. The one thing I really like about wearing masks is when I'm in the car, because I'll wear it. Like I went to the post office yesterday, had fun. They have shower curtains up. How can you not have fun with the people behind the shower curtains? That is so cool. Essential services, man, use the post office. But I was like trying to do a set there because, you know, I'm desperate to do comedy and my colleagues are getting annoyed. But I was like singing and talking to myself, so normal for me. But I realized like this helps make me a little bit like less weird. So I'm digging the mask. It probably doesn't help my sound right now. I've gotten a little older since we went on quarantining. So I'm now wearing these occasionally. They're kind of cool. They're blue blockers or whatever. It took me a month to even figure out I could buy 5 for $20. So if I sit on them or break them, that's cool. But it's supposed to like protect my eyes. It's supposed to help me sleep better. It's not really helping that, but we'll see. Just put those away. Yeah, I'm very fortunate actually. I have 2 roommates. We're all artists here. We don't get bored. We do get each other's hair, and the fact that like I did my show yesterday in the pantry, which is great because I have all the food. Again, going back to Alaska, how did I stock up? I bought everything to make kimchi, so I have that going right now downstairs. That's what I did today. I have sourdough bread. I'm making a shit ton of bread. Yes, I'm a white lady making bread. It's nothing new. And then, oh yeah, my like everything that I need to help feed people is in my car. Like I have a 25-pound bag of rice. What am I gonna do with that? Donate it? Does anyone need rice? Anyone? No. Okay. So yeah, I went a little overboard on food to share. Hopefully now, hoarding. Let's talk about hoarding since I'm talking about all the food. The toilet paper shit. Oh my god. My point was like, you guys dig a hole 6 inches, squat, you'll be fine. Like use leaves. Like I was just, you know, we know people are stupid. That's why we do comedy. We know we've got a lot of shit going on in our own lives, but like people be cray and it just get in the way of living today. So there you go. I'm on my I'm on a pedestal of tissue paper right now. I'm actually standing on right now. That's how I actually have height. It's good. All right, I got the light. So I'm gonna just say today I'm very proud of myself because I faced my fear and I went and grabbed the rooster, that cock, right in my arms, and I pecked on him. You're supposed to do that, and I made him my little bitch. So I'm feeling pretty good about that today. Yes, there's chickens in my neighborhood. I'm so grateful.
Nice.
But that's me, a little birdie. My name's Grace. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Grace. I meant, did you say you have like a pantry? You have a pantry that you're.
Yeah, I rent, and there's a pantry. I could be my bedroom actually. It's nice. I rent this. It's like a 100-year-old house, and I have
Nice.
the people who lived here before took care of it, and they're really nice to us. So they're also both in the medical field. So
It was
I saw one of them like
probably someone's bedroom at some point in history.
definitely.
I just imagine if you're from Alaska and you were like stocking up your pantry, that there's just gonna be a just like a bunch of dead salmon hanging out to dry and like a fucking bear just like cut in half.
Bear meat is so good.
The bears trying to break in the car.
Bears could totally break into cars. They didn't really in Alaska. They do in like Wyoming. I mean, bears are smart. Some bears are smart. Some bears are stupid. They're just like people.
I actually have a canister of bear meat seasoning, so you might be the person that deserves that if you want it.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic and go like salvolate. Can't say the word.
It smells like everything. I think it's just every single spice that possibly exists because I imagine bear meat is probably needs some seasoning to it.
If their asses holes are blue, their meat is great. I know that sounds weird, but it's when they're eating blueberries. All right.
Okay. On that note, our next comedian, I'm sure he's got some good hunting tips for you as well. Just based on how he sounds. I'm just kidding. I love Please welcome to the stage, the virtual stage, Michael Cooper.
God, I want to kill a bear. I want to kill a bear so bad. Not like with a gun. I think it's weird. I think guns are weird. Where's the excitement? Like it's all the way over there, you know? I'm from a place where like we have bears, but they're called alligators, you know, and they're sneaky. You know, like if you get your ass kicked by a bear, you had it coming because that's a bear. You should see that. Alligators just like they're just in the water, they just go boom, and then you're done. So yeah, I am going a little nuts every time I go to the store because I don't understand people who are scared enough to hoard toilet paper, but they're not scared enough to like stand over there a little way. I don't know what about me makes people think for sure that guy's not carrying a disease. You know, I'm missing teeth. I look like I've been sharing meth pipes or whatever. Every time I go out, it's like playing Frogger but with disease, you know?
It really is.
Hate it. Dr. Anthony Fauci, he's the face of the coronavirus task force. I'm sure he's great at it, but I don't like that he always sounds like he has a sore throat. It's like one of the top symptoms. They're like, This guy is the absolute expert on how to keep us safe throughout this pandemic. We have to follow him. Thank God he's here. Okay, guys, one of the main symptoms is a sore throat. Well, we're fucked. Yeah, thank God he's here. Also, speaking of thanking God he's here, apparently he had to increase his personal security due to death threats against him. And all I can think is, during a pandemic, isn't personal security kind of its own death threat? Don't worry, Dr. Fauci, we are your personal security. We will leave your side. I don't like being inside. Here's the thing. I'm a recovered alcoholic, okay? I can't be this. It's not great. Not great, because what happens when you're a sober alcoholic is it's just a lot of anger, and someone else has to be there to be around that. We're quarantined together, you know? They said now's a great time to quit smoking too. Yeah, now's a great time to quit smoking if you're the smoker, not if you're quarantined with the smoker. Anyway, well, I don't believe people when they say they're an introvert. I'm like, hey, I think you overplayed that one. You're either lying or I'm hallucinating. I'm gonna leave y'all with that piece of shit joke. I hope y'all have a great time. I'm having a great time.
Thank you. It's bouncing around. Thank you one more time. Oh, here's my glasses. I got my new glasses on. Doing all right with these. No, I seriously, like, the only thing that I freaked out about was when all the quarantine shit started happening, is I was like, I don't have a pair of glasses that have two arms on it. Like, all my glasses were broke. And I was on my last pair of contacts. I'm like, I need to order new glasses. And I called Warby Parker, one of those online sites. And they had a prescription from me from 2016. And I was like, I'm not going to the eye doctor. And they're like, well, you know what? It's kind of a special time. And you know what? Mr. Trump is now allowing us to renew that prescription. They gave him fucking personal credit for it. The asshole on the phone was like a Trump supporter. So he's like, oh, Mr. Trump's getting credit for this one too, man. I was like, I don't think he's the one that's fucking letting it happen. I think I could pretty much forge a prescription right now. I know MS Paint and I've heard of Photoshop, and I'm sure some of my friends can do this, but. So I got my new glasses. Maybe I'll show them off sometime. They were not those big stupid blue ones. Guys, we got more comics to get through. I'm going to keep ripping through the list. Our next comedian, please welcome Jamie Schreiner.
Yeah.
Oh no, what I do?
You're good.
Just being a woman, trying to silence myself. Just kidding. I feel like this whole, like, before this began, I was making so much noise, like going around my apartment trying to prepare food and eat, that it's like I've been like, I feel like a creep. I was listening in on everybody talking, and now it's my turn to talk. I'm actually going through a bit of a hard time because I'm currently quarantined with an addict. My husband, he is addicted to crystal meth. I'm just kidding. He's not, but he is addicted to collecting historical firearms. And I think you would react exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Thing I was going to say. It's kind of, jokes on me, because I met him working at summer camp and he was the riflery director. So, like, I should have known what I was getting into. Like, me being confused at the number of guns he wants to own is like if I'd met a coke addict, they had powder all over their nose, and I'm like, well, maybe they're just really into donuts, But it's like I don't really understand the gun thing, because, like, the only thing I'm really openly carrying is my heart on my sleeve. So It's just like, it's hard to understand the need for, like, more than two. Like, maybe you need two, like, for protection, or, like, to lord over your family. But more than that, like, I'm confused. I'm like, are you getting a gun for every year you didn't make your dad proud of you? Like, can you just put it away because
That's funny.
you know, it's like, and it's like, I have a lot of liberal friends. Like, we don't have people coming over right now, but like in the past, when I had to have people come over, I just don't know like what I'm gonna tell them about these guns. I don't know what to say. But it's kind of ironic because now actually everybody who used to get really weird when they walked through the door and saw like any kind of bullets or anything around the house, like those people want to come over now. And I think it's really interesting how the tables have turned. So now you want to fuck with me and my weird gun loving husband, but he is British. I gotta make sure I say that because when people hear guns, they immediately assume I married like an alt-right fucking asshole. No, he's just British. And it does sound like I'm bragging because like I know a British man seems like it'd be like sexy and cute. It'd be like, you know, like Idris Elba or some Harry Potter looking dude. I married more like if Hagrid fucked Mr. Bean. So it's been real fun for me. I do think that this is the most fun I've ever had, like getting paid to do nothing. And it's like it's not as stressful. It's like when I was in college, I didn't, you know, have a lot of money and I was trying to like get by. And a lot of my friends started like being sugar babies. And I thought maybe I'd give that a try. Cause you know, I'm a Leo and I hate being left out. So I like, basically I like went on a date with this man and he was going to give me $400 to go to Red Lobster with him. And like, fuck, I do that for free, you know, like those fucking Cheddar Bay biscuits. But like mid, you know, eating the lobster tail, this man decides to put a hand on me. And like, I've been married to my husband we've been together for, I got the light. Let me just wrap it up and just say thank you so much because I don't have time to finish that joke. So take care. Have a good night. Thank you. I lost track of myself.
You get figured in the fastest minute in comedy. That's thank you, Jamie Schreiner. But also, yeah, you can finish that joke in the fastest minute. That's what it's for too. It's really good. I like that your husband, you joked that he was into crystal meth and then spun that to that he's into vintage firearms because those are both things you buy out of the back of old white guys' vans. I mean, he could be into meth. You don't know that. Hanging out with people that look like they'd be into either. I don't know. So basically, yeah, Michael Cooper looks like he could sell you one or the other. I'll stop picking on Mike. I don't know.
Property.
British old guys into inferior firearms. That's probably why we won the Revolutionary War.
Yep.
They came over and they were like, "Oh man, this was great. This is a great weapon for our conquest of India." Then we're just like, "Oh, guess what? Tomahawk crossbow. I don't fucking know what we use." I don't know, guys. We got a lot of comics to get through. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know if everybody's here, but I do hear. I saw our next comic. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where is she? I don't. Oh yeah, there she is. He's good. Guys, please welcome to the stage, Kristen Lundberg.
Yeah.
Yay!
I can unmute her. Are you unmuted? I don't hear her. Unmuted. Unmute.
Oh.
No. There you go.
All right. Is it working? The connection.
Yes. Yeah.
The connection sucks. Okay, the host has spotlight. Okay. Yeah. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
All right. Action. All right, good. All right, so hi, I'm Kristen Lundberg. I'm living out here in LA, Los Angeles. Today was pretty eventful. My cat just ran away because she hates when I talk. I wish I could pan over for you guys to see her. I just want to cuddle her all the time. Anyway, so I went out to Target and I noticed like people are starting to wear like weird things for face masks now. Like people are just using like old t-shirts and just like whatever. I saw one lady with a pad just over her face. I'm like, man, I didn't think that could filter, you know, the air. I guess if it could keep blood from going through, it could keep the coronavirus from going through. Actually, it's
Right.
a pretty good idea. Just use a pad. Oh man, I have a fortune teller friend, and I was her friend before I knew that she was a fortune teller. So she is my fortune teller friend, and I called her up one day, and she said, Kristen, you got a big contract coming. Don't sign it. Do not sign that contract. I said, man, I need car insurance. What am I gonna do? I'm out here in LA. I gotta drive, you know. She called me up another time and she said that I'm gonna have a long period of rest. And then this whole quarantine thing happened, right? So she ain't wrong, you know. She ain't wrong. I wrote a little song. I wrote a few little songs here in quarantine. You know, I make myself a little quarantine-y, and then I get to it. So, oh man, guys, I'm so nervous. I thought I was gonna lose connection right before my turn. Give me a second. Jesus, man, that had me on edge. I'm like, no. Okay, here we go. All right, so this goes out to the last package of wet ones that I got at the Target today, and I feel so lucky about them, so I wrote a little song about it. Here we go. Wet ones. Last one. Last one of the wet ones. It's the last one of the wet ones. Fresh scent. Last one. No one wants the fresh scented. Last one of the wet one. It was a fresh scented one. A wet one. All right, you guys, I've been here with my cat this whole time. It's just been me and my cat. Her name is Moo Moo. We've been finding out a lot about each other. She likes when I light incense and then like do this in front of her face, you know how the smoke kind of goes like this. And she kind of likes watching that. So I don't know, we just spent a lot of time together. So this one goes out to little old Moo. I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. There's nothing to do except to be. We're not making a fuss. We're not making a scene. We're just two little cats in quarantine. And that one's still got a lot of work to do. Still got a lot of work to do. Do I have time for 2 more minutes or?
Yeah, go for it.
Song?
We're doing music, go for it.
Yeah. All right, you guys, this isn't me writing this. This is the power of God writing this, okay? I want to let you know that off the top, okay? I've been a writer. I've been writing comedy for about a decade, and I've always wanted to be on late night TV. And to be honest with you, being on late night is something I've always wanted to do. But due to these recent late night texts that I've been getting, I don't know if I can follow through. I'm pretty, but I ain't nice. When I get offers from guys, though some ladies might make an exception for late night, I ain't willing to pay that price. Well, I woke up one morning to an unexpected text. It was late night Jimmy Fallon wanting to see my breast. I said, Jimmy, I think you're funny. And I want to be on your show. But you got married a long, long time ago. Well, I heard Conan O'Brien like his women curly, and he texted me saying he want to curl up with me. I said, Conan, I can't, but I think you're the man, see? And he told me to shove it up my Jordan Schlansky. Well, I never thought I'd experience such a lashback until I told Jimmy Kimmel I did not want his sack. He said, pardon me, miss, I don't mean to spam you. But I'm the mayor of small town Dildo, Canada. Yeah. And if that hasn't yet got you fully engrossed, I'll let you on the late night show that I host. Well, I got off my ass and I sent him a tape. And he still hasn't gotten back to me about this show name. It's all sad but true. I accidentally deleted the messages or I'd show you. All right, that's it for me, guys. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah, Caitlin.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen Lundberg. Here's the thing: if you've never been,
guys.
sorry, if you've never been on a late night show, but you always wanted to be on a late night show, quality of production, this is it, guys. We're basically at the same level as all them now. They're just doing Zoom, baby. This is it. This is pro quality stuff. It's very messed up. Thank you one more time for Kristen Lundberg. That was great. That was great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Put your hands together or just stand. Mute yourself, but clap like I saw Nathan do. That Nathan was muted and then he clapped.
I've done that a lot.
That's how we're gonna do it.
They
Then, all right, I think that was a good musical guest and a good halfway point for musical guest. I won't just start finding YouTube videos from people to play then. I really wouldn't do that anyways. Guys, please welcome our next comedian. She's in the same room or house at least as Michael Cooper. Please welcome Katie Zane.
Woo! Thanks. I just clapped for myself, by the way. That was just a moment that just happened. That just fucking happened. I've had a weird long day. I did a lot of things today. But Jamie earlier when she was talking about like what two fictional characters her husband is comprised of, I realized that Michael Cooper is like Ernst Goes to Camp mixed with Allen Ginsberg. And if anybody knows Michael, you know that is accurate.
That's good.
I knew you guys would like that.
Good combo.
So today I had a piece of my mail stolen. I had literally within minutes of it being delivered, I had a bundt cake pan that I was having delivered, and it got stolen off my front porch in front of my door. What's funny is I'm also waiting for like a bong. And so like I was like, man, they really fucked up on like which package they stole. Like, I hope they're like cakes. Like, what are they gonna do with a fucking bundt? A bundt is a really specific thing to bake too. Like, do you bake even? Like, what the fuck? Like, and also, who the F is going around stealing people's packages in Chicago? You're a dick. They're like, oh, everybody got that stimulus money. I'm gonna steal all their packages. Like, fuck you. You're an asshole. And I'm like a pro-crime person. And so like me being like, don't steal our mail is like a hard line for me in this situation. So one of the things in quarantine that I've realized is that, so Michael and I are quarantined together, and very quickly it was a lot of farting, like right away. It's like, oh, you're home together all the time. It's just all the farts. And we realized I also like, I have a broken asshole, like a broken butthole from my multiple sclerosis. And so like, I have like an asshole that like just doesn't do its job very well. It's like a worn out pair of underwear that is like your favorite, but you won't throw away. Like that is my butthole. It doesn't do anything. It's like a hair stretchy that you find in like the corner of the bathroom when you're really desperate, but doesn't actually hold your fucking hair up. That's my butthole. But more than anything, we've realized that my farts sound like duck quacks. And to the point where like there's like different levels of duck sounds. There's like dying duck, there's like alarm duck, there's, you know, sad duck. And I'm pretty sure it's to the point where like I could go duck hunting and just get really gassy first and without a collar kill some fucking ducks. Like I realize I have some sort of secret power and I'm gonna yield it to kill ducks if this apocalypse goes on further. When I was 21, I moved to California, very much the way that a 21-year-old moves to California from Virginia, the way that I did, which was I went with like no job, no place to live, no money. I went with like $20. But nonetheless, my friends and my family were actually like super supportive. and my mom actually flew out there with me, and my friends got together and threw me a goodbye party. And they also got together in a group chat and decided that I needed to go out to California with a very large dildo vibrator. Like, you guys have to understand, like I said, group chat, and my friends all knew I was so single at the time that I needed to go to California, packing heat in my suitcase. And it was like a group gift, y'all. Like, I don't know if you're understanding. Like, they all went in on this vibrator together, as 20-year-olds do when their friend moves across the country. But then I think I ended up carrying it on too. And like I said, my mother came across with me. And the thing is, like, my mom, if she had discovered that it had been carried on, it's not that it would have been like, oh no, bad things. It would have just led to like an uncomfortable conversation with my mom, where she would say too many things that are not okay for a mom to say. And then I wouldn't be able to do anything about it because we were on a plane together flying across the country. So I just wanted to avoid that, which that did not happen. And I think that's been my time. I've been Katie Zhang. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, Katie Zhang.
Thank you, Katie Zhang. Thank you, Katie. Katie mentioned that she has MS. So there are times where I know she has, mobility issues and issues getting around, and I'll always bump you at the mic, Katie. But now that it's virtual, I'm not bumping you. You got to wait in line like everybody else. This is what we're doing. Level the playing field here. I'm gonna make you go last a few times. I may go for it. Our next comedian, I gotta find him. Oh, there he is. What is it? It's Carrie Cool Trip. Come on down.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
How's it going?
Man, thank you guys for having me. I'm out here repping Big D. I didn't change my hat like 3 times already. Man, see, y'all don't even know me, so I pregame for all my shows, Zoom or not. So I ain't already had 2 cold brews already. I didn't had a tequila shot and a Plan B pill. Boy, I'm about to explode in my grandma's bathroom right now. Oh man, this quarantine, wow, I've been walking a lot. And so I saw a porta potty. I had to pull over and use it. I love porta potties. It's weird, right? Porta potty is like a weird, like, it's low-key like a human trap, man. One time I got locked in one. I passed out. It wasn't that bad. The smells took me right out. So the other day I was in there jamming music, right? I like country pop. So I was jamming Florida Georgia Line, got 2 lit in there. Dropped my whole phone in the tank.
Oh no.
Dude, that was the saddest situation. I tried to run to the house, but I smoke a lot, so my immune system is about as good as a 4-year-old. And so I had to go and take an L and walk. And it was the most longest walk of shame because I had my phone just raw in my pocket, wet, covered in all type of bird turds and human turds, and the shit that was on it, I couldn't even recognize it. Like whoever dropped that load in there, most definitely ate something that wasn't from the earth because nobody's stool should look like that. I'm sorry for grossing all that, but that surprised me that he ate that. Jesus Christ. Oh man. I love heroes. My new hero is Liam Neeson. Have y'all seen? I was watching Taken. I think it was Taken 19. That dude's a badass, man. It was the one where his daughter got kidnapped in France by these weird Mexicans that had like this sex trafficking thing. Man, Liam, within 3 hours, went down there and murdered half of France. Got his daughter, went back to the States, and all he had was his arm in a sling. And his daughter was like, "What happened?" Oh, the bad guy slammed his shoulder in the door. Wow, that's quite impressive, Liam. He done fought a tank. He done strangled a bear, and he even helped a grocery store that got robbed before he even went to France. Shit was wild. He had an appetizer before he murdered half of another country. Shit was wild, man. Pre-game king. I stopped going to church like a long time ago, but I still do my own communion. Y'all know what I do now? I get that grape flavored Mad Dog 2020 and Ritz crackers. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, one time I pre-gamed for a drug test. Y'all ever done that? I showed up high as shit. I straight up failed it. You ever been surprised I was like an old Englishman. I said, how so? It cannot be. I hit one of those, and I was really confused because it wasn't even my pee. It was my homeboy pee. I thought he was clean. He set me up. Oh man, you know, out here in Oak Cliff, Texas, man, like the dollar stores is too bootleg out here in the hood. Man, I went to go get some ginger ale, and I looked at the back and read the ingredients. They had everything in it but ginger ale. For the first 7 things I read was shit I couldn't even pronounce. Like it all sounded like shit you clean the bottom of a submarine with. Like that's how scary these damn ingredients was. They didn't even have carbonated water in there. I thought you made soda with carbonated water. How you make something without the main ingredient? They ain't even bothered to put ginger ale on the bottle wrapper. They just had ale on there with this weird ass cup with a star on it. Oh man, that might. Do I have time for one more? What am I at? Because I'm long winded.
Do a quick one or stick around to the end and do it the fastest.
Oh yeah, I do it at the end. Thank you guys.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you again.
Right.
I was messing around with other stuff. Yeah, thank you, Carrie. Cool trip. I'm gonna take the spotlight right now. We're gonna keep going. We got a few comics, and then we'll do the Fast Minute Comedy, which is always really fun. Right now, we're gonna welcome Noah Saunders.
Noah.
How you guys doing?
Noah, how you doing?
Not bad. Like I think most of us, I've been spending a really unhealthy amount of time on social media. At one point, I was furloughed from my job. I was like a server/bartender back when that was a thing. And I posted to Twitter, my COVID benefits haven't arrived yet. I'm going to have to start selling my body. Right? An okay joke. Just okay. It did okay. I took a screenshot of it. I put it on Instagram as a story. And my mom replied and said, okay, so what's my cut? And so I blocked her because sometimes you have to block your mom. This got me, I've talked to a couple friends actually. You know, everyone has so much time to like FaceTime or whatever. And people are just craving like the most simple, like pedestrian things. It's wild just to like have a margarita at a bar, or like I've had more than one person say that they wouldn't mind just like a platonic hug with just a friend. It's just insane. These things these people are craving. And it made me think of the last relationship I was in, which lasted for 72 hours. So I'm going to tell that story really quickly. So I work at a bar next to the lobby of a hotel. A woman comes down, right? She's kind of slim, petite, brunette type. I think she's in her late 30s / early 40s. Turns out she's 44. She tells me about her work. Apparently she makes, she's very LA, like she makes soundtracks for indie movies. They're called screeners. And she also works as an art broker for a few like rock musicians who paint. Like if the lead singer of Korn paints when he's not touring, she helps put these paintings up in galleries and gets them sold. The band wasn't actually Korn. It was a different new metal band I used Korn to protect her identity. But it was Limp Bizkit, if you must know. No, that's not who it was. Anyway, I find her interesting. I find her attractive. I ask for her number. Fast forward, it's the next day. I'm in her hotel room. We've hung out already. And she offers me an Adderall. It's 8 p.m. I shouldn't be doing stuff like that. I don't even drink, but I do it. And then we proceed to have one of those like ridiculous all night upper fueled, like soul bearing conversations where we revealed all this personal stuff to each other. And she kind of hinted that it would be nice to have a place to stay that wasn't a hotel room until her condo was ready. and I didn't say no. After which, we had the hot, uninhibited sex that only two mentally ill people can have. All right, I think I'm close. I think I kind of took a long time with that. I'm almost out of time, right?
All good, yeah.
All good. I'll just stop it there.
I think you know a song, or I'm playing some Limp Bizkit. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but no. I think you know, I don't know how to do the music on here. We already had a music, guys. We're gonna keep ripping through. Guys, our next comedian. Oh my God, Andre, you live in my neighborhood. You're kind of a neighbor, right? You're near Reed.
Down on Addison a bit.
Downtown Addison?
No, down on Addison.
Oh, well, boo, that's like Albany Park. We don't count that. You're not local. That's a few blocks north. Guys, go on stage, Andre Hashem.
Yes, I used to live right next door in Avondale, but then they gentrified my neighborhood, and I still have a shitty job. So,
and I helped with that.
Yeah, I saw that there's this mayor in Japan that said that men should start doing all the grocery shopping because they're faster about it. And I found out, I don't read the news. I just found out about this because a bunch of my idiot friends fucking posted it in support. And I was like, that's good. I was like, you just want to raise the death toll already. I think that's the only thing keeping us from killing each other right now, is just that there's like some women walking around and some guys like, nah, I think I got a chance. I don't want to ruin it by fucking being all aggro right now. It just didn't make sense. Okay, I don't know. It's a silly. You know what? Gender shit doesn't matter anymore. Does gender exist anymore after coronavirus? I'm not gonna be one of those people. Here's a hard turn. The safest place right now, if you don't want to catch coronavirus, is in St. Petersburg, Florida. There's a place there called Pervert Park. It's a trailer park full of convicted pedophiles. It's probably the safest place right now, very virus-free, safest place for you as long as you're an adult. I think. I do think they might want to rethink the name a little bit. Pervert Park sounds a little bit too much like an amusement park. You might end up attracting some kids there by accident. I wouldn't want to come across a sign there. Must be at most this tall to ride. But it would be weird if those are the last people that survive like this plague or the next one, as if it's just like this little camp of perverts. Like, and then that's the way the human race just peters out, is just that they can't find a way to procreate. It's like, look, you don't do it for me. It's like, really, what if I hold up this DVD of Home Alone? It's like, I don't, that's probably too inappropriate. Some of my friends have started reaching out because they know I'm from Texas originally, and I grew up shooting guns. And a lot of my more liberal friends that were very anti-gun have started reaching out because they're afraid of everyone tearing each other to pieces. And I just thought it was kind of funny because it was like, first of all, I was like, don't buy a gun, because I was like, you post a lot of sad things on Facebook. I don't think you should have a gun. And secondly, it was like, you got to practice a little bit. And I do kind of want to go see that gun range where there's like just a guy in full camo and like a military assault rifle, and next to him is a dude in like full pirate gear with Converse and like a musket. Fucking, he's like, dude, it's vintage, man. And just, I don't know. I need to work on that. And I feel like I am lit.
Yeah, you were just
getting there we go. If I have 1 minute, I do want to explore this topic because it's been bothering me. This is really for the guys. I think I need to clean up my diet because I came earlier today and it smelled like a fart, and I got very confused. I don't know if it was the cum or just maybe that's like a new thing of mine where it's like I'm so fucking alone in this quarantine where I'm just like, just everything can release at once. This is just, we'll just get rid of everything. All right, I'm done now. I hope I've grossed someone out.
Yeah.
That was Dre. That was amazing, bro. You wild.
Yeah. I think
Bro,
you're
what?
thinking of a blunderbuss. That's the gun that.
Yes, that's the
gun. Just
blunder.
note. I'm a fact checker on people's jokes, and I'll just throw that. No, I'll tell
write that down.
I'll tell this story. So, yeah, like I like shooting guns and stuff, and I'm not afraid of them or whatever. And I'll take any one of my friends that's semi-sane to the range, and I'll teach people how. It's fine. Yeah, if things go to shit, a gun ain't gonna be the thing that's gonna, like, a gun won't even help you. Like, you'll get it doesn't matter. I mean, but also one time I was working for a company, and my boss was a British man. So this is a callback to Jamie Schreiner's husband, but he was a British guy, and he knew I shot guns. He's like, well, let's go to the gun range. I haven't shot, and he goes, I got a Glock and I haven't shot it in like 5 years. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we go to the gun range. We each got our own stall, and I'm shooting, and he's just fucking around with his gun for like 5 minutes still. Like I fill up another magazine I'm about to shoot, and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, man, I can't fucking get my gun to work. And I look, and he kept putting the magazine in backwards and just shoving it, and then it just kept falling straight out, and he tried to pull the trigger real quick, like before. So
this gun shooter, that's a man for you.
Yeah.
Putting it in the wrong way. Oh my God.
I just go like, all right, let's look at your magazine. Like, look at the aerodynamic part of the bullet, and that part goes forward. But yeah, I mean, that's also why we won the Revolutionary War. It's a great thing. Did I guys, we're gonna keep going. Our next comedian, he's from Chicago too, I believe. Please welcome, I'm trying to find you. Did I skip you, man?
I'm here, Mark, but yeah, you missed Miriam twice.
It's okay. I'm used to being oppressed. It's okay.
Everything's getting choppy.
Good joke. Oh, snap.
Sorry, no, Miriam, I'm sorry. You're up now, man. Sorry. Miriam, you could run the light as long as you want. I'm totally sorry, Mitch. I think it's because I had you in the list twice, and then my list I didn't correct, so I'm an idiot. Please welcome Miriam. So.
Thank you so much. As I said, I'm used to being oppressed, so I won't hold it against you. Yeah. So social distancing. Everyone's talking about social distancing, physical distancing, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a really hard time watching TV lately. Like anytime I'm watching something, I'm just freaking out. Like, don't get close to each other, 6 feet distance. Don't put your arm on her. No, this can't happen. It's so stressful. I don't think I can ever go back to watching TV normally. Even if we ever go back to normal, I just feel like it's just not going to work. Like I'm thinking about all the germs, all these facts that come out when you read these articles about like things that are microscopic in the air surrounding people. I'm disgusted. Now I'm a germaphobe officially. Thank you for that. But the other thing about social distancing is I noticed like white people are super friendly now. Disclaimer, I'm half white, so I can make fun of white people. So like the physical distancing, yeah. So where was I with this? I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah. So white people are super friendly. Like I'll be walking down the street and they're on the other side of the sidewalk and they're just like, hi, hello. And it's interesting. I'm like, oh, hi, Betty Sue. You're not scared of me now, huh? You look just like me with your face cover. So we're all friends now. I was on a walk with my dad the other day. I'm actually staying at my parents'. Normally I'm in Chicago, but we came down to Urbana-Champaign, similar to, let me see your name, Nathan, what you said, you went to Indiana. So I'm down here trying to get out of the high rise with like 50,000 people in it. So I was walking down the neighborhood with my dad, and this neighbor lady came out and she was like, humans, Homo sapiens. And I'm like, wow, you're that desperate to see people, you're referring to us by a scientific term. Like, that is interesting. What else can I tell you about what's happening with this virus? I think what I find fascinating is like people, governments used to be so hard on Muslim women that chose to cover their faces. They were like, you can't cover your face, you're banned from covering your face, you're going to be fine. And now it's like, if you don't cover your face, you're going to be fine. So like, let's talk about karma here. Okay, so people were talking all about toilet paper. Everyone's like rationing toilet paper. You can't find toilet paper. Well, where I'm at right now, if you go to like the local farm in Fleet, do you know what they've sold out of? Baby chicks. That's the problem they're having here, because everyone thinks they're an urban farmer now. Everyone's gonna have chickens in their yard. So let's see if the bird flu makes a comeback. I just wanted to say thank you to my husband for giving me permission to be here right now. I don't know what it is about him, but people always want to know what he thinks about the things that I do in my life. I was actually, when I used to go to work before the virus, I was talking to my coworker one day, and I was saying, oh, I'm thinking to get some new furniture. And she freaked out. She's like, oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh, Miriam, is your husband okay with that? Did you run it by him? I was like, no. I mean, did you run it by your husband before you cheated on him? You know, like, I don't have to ask permission. I've been married for 14 years, just celebrated 14 years of marriage. It's a long time to be married, and I'm only 28. I prefer the term teen bride. It's more politically correct. We recently found out that my husband might be deported, and my white friends are all like, oh my gosh, like, do we need to like have a protest? Do we need to get a petition going? I'm just like, it's okay. It's handled. Don't worry about it. Easiest divorce ever. The only baggage involved are the bags he's gonna have to take to the airport. It's like, bye honey, see you never. So silver lining and everything. My boss was really into my scarf, the hijab. Whenever he would be talking to me, he would get all animated and be like, can you hear me? You're all covered up. I'm like, I'm not wearing like a sleeping bag. Like, it's not that thick. I mean, calm down, dude. But one day I was talking to him in his office, and he pulled a hair off of his shirt, and he was like, oh man, I hate when that happens. And I was like, yeah, I hate when that happens too. Static electricity, right? And he's just like, oh my God, how does that happen to you? You're all covered up. Like, you tell me, dude, because you're bald, okay? Yeah. Where am I on this list here of things I wanted to try for you guys? My coworker, John, was also really into my scarf. And I get that people have like fetishes or things that they're into. And he would always ask me like, what does your hair look like? Can I see like a picture of you at least? Like, how much is it going to cost? $100? I'm willing to pay. Like, just let me know. And I was like, oh, is this what it feels like to be propositioned? Okay. So I photoshopped my face onto Ariana Grande's body, and I emailed it to him. And it was the fastest cash I ever made. The good thing is, like, he left me alone after that, but I found out he was harassing other Muslim women in the city. Apparently he thinks we're all celebrity lookalikes underneath, which we are, but you'll never know because we're all covered up, basically. And, you know, it did make me think though, John has this thing for covered women. Like, when he's in church and a nun walks by, is he like, hey sister, how much for a peek underneath? You know, maybe he does that everywhere. So I'm going to wrap up with that, and thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sing it. Oof.
I sincerely apologize for bumping you. One more time for Miriam. So you were on the list twice, and then I crossed you off the list both times on my copy. Oh Lord! Then I was like, I thought she was by now. But then her husband texted me, and I was like, oh, okay. Sorry, that was a really shitty joke. But our next comedian, please welcome. There he is. He's a local guy, and I'm not gonna fake introduce him, then sidestep to somebody that I was ignoring for the last 30 minutes. Get on here, Justin Goldberg.
Do I sound all right?
You sound okay, yeah?
Glad to hear it. I've been learning a lot about myself during this lockdown. For one thing, I've been doing a lot of lying. For years, I've told anyone and everyone who's bothered to ask that I love reading. Up until about yesterday, I thought I loved reading, then I thought to myself, here I am trapped in my mom's house with dozens of books that I've been meaning to read. And how many of these books have I read in this time? 0. How many pages out of these books? 0. I hate reading, but I love finishing books. I think I have a catch-22 on my hands. Not for long. You see, I'm a reader who rarely reads, a leader who rarely leads, like a trick-or-treater that rarely eats, collecting collections, collecting dust. I'm a writer who rarely writes, a fighter who rarely fights, like a lighter that rarely lights. Shaking it might help. I'm a lover who rarely loves. I'm a hugger who rarely hugs. After this much social distancing, I'd settle for a sexy show. But I'm a performer who rarely performs, an adorner who rarely adorns, like a concert ticket already torn, not getting me any closer to the big stage. I'm a joker who rarely jokes, a toker who rarely tokes. Nah, I'm just kidding. I can smoke anytime I want. I'm an intergalactic psychosomatic marijuana and video game addict. Thought I would be the society's savior, but it turns out hard work is my least favorite flavor. I'm an organizer who rarely organizes, prioritizer who rarely prioritizes. I'm an ionizer that rarely ionizes. Confusing and probably not worth your time. I'm filled with passion, but my motivation is trash. And the most I can get myself to do is rearrange words in an anagrammatical fashion.
Huh?
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
the
it's
source
finished
of
now.
all this slacking is also why my vision's lacking. My lazy left eye
Oh, no.
has made me a lazy left guy. It's taken over my whole left side. See, on my left side, my hair, my nails grow slower. My left nut hangs lower. I'll go out for a walk only to find my left foot dragging behind. My left hand can't type as fast, can't swipe as fast, can't Call of Duty snipe as fast. If I don't make a change, I'll be left out, left behind, left for dead. I think it's time I search my head. And when I look deep inside, I find that I've been right this whole time. And that's my time. I'm Justin Goldberg.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Justin Goldberg. I think you should go get screened for having a stroke. I think all that description were all stroke symptoms right there. If you're dragging your left side and whatnot.
Don't worry, my aunt just died of a stroke, so I know all about it.
Sorry to hear that. I shouldn't have brought that up. That was great.
No, fond memories abound, Mark. Thank you.
Justin, that was awesome. That was spoken word. That was when comedy becomes performance, and then it just sounds like a very slow rap song. Is what I was like you get so high that in your head that was like a rap song, but then to us it was just very slow poetry. Please welcome our next comedian, Michael Shu.
Woo! Holy shit! What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, Shu.
Say that one more time.
Good to see you, Shu.
Oh, good to see you, Mark. Good to see you. I've been thinking about. Well, I don't really know. I don't really care. This. I've been wondering if people are gonna get if there's some people that are just gonna do really well on the Zoom mics, and then when they come back to the real open mics, they're just gonna be like a real fart on the stage.
Absolutely.
Mark, are you saying you're one of those people?
No, I'm just saying it's absolutely gonna happen. It's gonna be really awesome and weird. I love it, but it'll happen.
All right, this is a joke that I wrote a minute ago. I don't dislike food, but I don't think I've ever had a food that made me. This is not the joke, in case you were wondering. Oh, I have to go back there. God, this is the worst set I've ever done. Of all the food places I've ever been to, this is not a very good joke. I don't even really want to talk about this stuff. How is everyone doing today? It's been a weird COVID crisis 19. I don't know. I don't think I really want to say anything. I feel like I'm just gonna give my time back to the room.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Shoot, Mike's gonna do it. Give it back to the room. You could always do a quick one in the fast minute. I was just saying, I think that it's gonna be an adjustment when we all come back. That like there's gonna be some open micers that are not gonna do well on stage, and there's gonna be a lot of people on stage that are gonna be so rusty that they're gonna look like they're brand new, even though they've been doing it for years. It's gonna be great. Like everyone, like I feel like there's gonna be like 2 years where everyone rewrites their 9/11 material to this. Like that's gonna be the cop out. That's all people are gonna do. And then I feel like there's also gonna be people who like have used 9/11 material as a crutch for the last decade. They're gonna be super sensitive about COVID material. Like they're gonna be like, no, too soon. Like, oh, my dad died from that. And you're like, that's what fucking 9/11 was, man. No, barely anyone died in 9/11. It was just very, very televised and kind of all at once. It was very strange. Is Ed Smith here? I don't think Ed Smith is here, and I don't see Roach. I think Roach was here earlier, so some of the people later in the list bailed. Our next comedian, was Roach here? Did he say something? No?
Oh, there's Dr. K on the list too.
Yeah, Dr. K is here. Dr. K, last time you were on, towards the end of your set, I think you muted yourself. I did not mute you, but you can continue where you left off. Just watch me for the light. I'm looking for him. There he is. Please welcome our last comedian before the Fast Minute Comedy. Stick around. We're going to do a quick speed round after this. Dr. K.
Thank you. Yes, what I did say when I was muted was that I've never hired a prostitute. When I was single,
Oh, shit. I did it. I did that. I did that. Dr. K. I did that this time. I will admit that openly. This time. I'm sorry. That was 100% me. Your time is resetting. Go ahead.
thank you. Like I said, I never hired a prostitute. When I was single, I would just take a woman out to dinner every weekend, hoping that sex was on the table. And when it was, I got banned from Applebee's. The manager said, "Don't ever come here again." We weren't at it that long. Anyway, I'm coming to you from Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, our state Senate consists of registered Republicans, registered Democrats, and registered sex offenders. In all fairness, when a politician runs for office, he registers, has posters of him put up all over the neighborhood, and he goes door to door telling people that he's running. Good practice for a future sex offender. Speaking of politics, all men seeking employment in the Trump administration are subject to a criminal background check. Not the women, though. Trump just asked them if they've ever been grabbed by the fuzz. Our First Lady, Melania Trump, has a gorgeous wedding ring. And Donald Trump ordered that from the same catalog he ordered her from. I've been married for 2.5 years now. My wife sells houses for the Metro First Realty Group, which makes me a metrosexual. When you're married to a realtor, you can drive past a strip club on a Friday night and say, "Honey, look, a parade of broken homes." My wife, bless her heart, she said that before she met me, she thought she was going to die alone. Does this mean I have to die with her? Does it have to be simultaneous? My wife said that before she met me, she had sworn off men. And I can believe that because when I met her, she owned 3 cats. She was moving in that direction. Cats are a great audience, by the way. I just tell them knock-knock jokes. The curiosity just kills them. So now she has 1 cat. And that cat likes to sit on top of the recliner and repeatedly hit me on the head with his tail while I'm watching TV. That's okay. During my first marriage, I was pussy whipped for 20 years. My wife's name is Janie Jones. She didn't change her name when we got married. We compromised. We changed her dog's name. Carver Jones is now Carver Flanagan. We call him Dr. Canine. He was a rescue dog. My wife found him out on the streets, brought him in, put up posters all over the neighborhood with a picture of him that said "Found Dog." Went door to door asking people if they've ever lost a dog. She had to stop doing that, though, because people thought the dog was a registered sex offender. That's my time. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for Dr. K. And that wraps up the Red Skeleton show right there. That's what we just did.
I
am a fan of mine.
I fucking love that show.
It's fucking good, man. It's not bad. Nothing wrong with it. I've been watching Hazy and Harriet lately. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that show. Show's fucking.
How old do y'all think I am?
I don't know, man. Old enough to probably have coached me in basketball, and I'm not too young, so I don't know.
You're probably right there. I'm 54, so.
Yeah. Someone just joined? Is it Alex Avery? Alex, are you there? You're on the list and you're joining late. You're doing the sneak in right before the mic ends, which is great to see that hasn't died on Zoom. I love it. We're about to wrap up for the night. And then someone comes in and is like, "Is there still
Sorry.
time?"
Yeah, a different time zone.
No, it's all good, man. You're up right now. You were on deck and you're ready to go. Go, Alex Avery.
Hey, I swear to God, I got jokes, but fuck, they're in my notebook. So let's see what Alex is working on in here. You know? Okay. Boom. Joke book.
I'll help you buy time. Are you in your car, Alex?
I am in my car. Yes, my family are all Jehovah's Witnesses, and they hate humor.
Okay.
And fun. So I have to do it. I have to do it in my car.
But as annoying as that is, your family's the one that owns the house, so maybe the Jehovah's are onto something, right?
Well, it's a pretty fucking small house.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Hey, all right. Cool. Yeah, but it takes me a while to come. Anybody else? No. All right. It takes me a while, and once a lady was blowing me, and it's taking like 30 minutes. She gets frustrated, stops, and says, "Maybe you're actually gay." I tell her that's not it. When guys blow me, it takes twice as long. All right. I actually considered making an OnlyFans account, but besides my mom, I don't have any fans. And she's already seen me naked and said it's not worth it. Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving. I really want on. Here we go. Oh yeah, anyone else? I'm trying to be more progressive. Trying to do my best. Like last week, I confused my black friend for my Asian one. No, all right. There's that. I don't know. I don't think I'm too. What is someone? Every time a doorbell rings, a Jehovah's Witness. Someone's got Jehovah's Witness jokes. All right, we'll get to those later. I don't. Anyone? I don't think I'm too white to say the N-word. Is that anybody else? I don't think I'm too white. I'm too white to say. Is that? But yeah, right. We're gonna go right into that. Hey, I've never met you guys before, so let's open with these kind of jokes. Oh yeah, I hooked up with this goth chick recently, who's really into like scary movies and says nothing like that. She's not afraid of anything, but I know she's terrified of getting pregnant. So I've been showing her birthing videos, and I'm like, I'll point at them and be like, "That's me," but it could be us. Or kidding, it's just gonna be her. All right, you never. Oh yeah, what? I don't know. I don't think that one's ready. I think it's weird when you meet a woman's parents and they don't immediately threaten you. Anybody else? Like, do you even care about your daughter's safety at all? We'll work on that. That's. Oh yeah, I had. Oh yeah, I actually had more to that other one. I'm sorry. The one about, but you guys didn't laugh at it, so fuck that joke.
Save it. We do a speed round at the end. Save it for the fastest minute at the end.
For the what? What?
We do a speed round at the end. Do it in the fastest minute. You got 1 minute left here.
All right. I'll just do the. I'm not gonna do the joke again. I'm just gonna do the joke again, but then I'm gonna do the tags that I have for it. I'm trying to be more progressive. Like last week, I confused my black friend for my Asian one. Nobody liked that joke, so we'll move forward. Yeah, I'm so for progress. I don't think anyone looks alike. I don't even think twins actually. No, somebody said don't do this part. I don't think twins actually look the same. I'm gonna do it anyway. If you're a minority with an identical sibling, I'll find something different about you too. Like once I was asked by some Hispanic triplets, don't we look related? And I was like, not even close. There we go. All right. What else? It was just the twin part that they like the Hispanic triplets thing. So, yeah. Okay. Feminism. Yeah. All right. No. Yeah. Nobody wants to hear a guy talk about feminism. Nothing chaps a clit like hearing a dude talk about feminism. But also religion. Nobody wants to hear a guy talk about religion. But I do have feminist friends, and I have religious friends. And I've actually, even though they disagree a lot on a lot of things, I've noticed some similarities. Like both feminists and religious people, they both always seem to have a book that they really want you to read. Both are super into picketing and guys with piercings. Yeah, all right, cool. We like that one. And if you ever meet a man that's way too into it, probably a rapist.
It's your time, man. I got to call it there, but
perfect. Thank you.
Stick around. I'm gonna run through the list real quick, so you'll be up in about 13 minutes again. So don't worry about that. I was just surprised a Jehovah's Witness knew all those words. You said a lot of dirty words, man. That was wild.
Dirty words. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. They're the idiots.
I thought you would be like a Michael Birbiglia or some shit.
Oh yeah, that guy's great.
We only got. Wait, I'm trying to find. Oh yeah. Okay, guys, bring in the fastest minute comedy. If you've never been to the open mic before, if you've never done the online mic, this is how we do it. I run through the list real quick. You get 1 minute, and I'm gonna time you, and I'm just gonna fucking mute you. Like, I'll let you try to get to the punchline within that minute, but I'm just gonna cut it off, and we're gonna rip right through. It's pretty good. So, good luck, everybody. I'm gonna welcome our first comedian, Gary Hughes. Go.
All right, yeah, for sure. I got this homie. He got caught for carjacking, but he was just really incompetent because he didn't know about stick shifts. So he got in. He was like, 3 pedals. What the fuck? I only got 2 legs. Hey, come back. All right, never mind. That was just a stupid joke. All right, that's it for me. Thanks, man.
Classic millennial car thief, am I right? Cheers. Stick shift, that died in the 80s. Get on down, Nathan Gibson. Go.
The one thing I hope that comes about because of coronavirus is America accepting bidets into their culture. Do you think there would be so many people trying to hoard toilet paper if they can just shoot some water up their ass? We're a culture that really brags about how much ass we eat. So like a bidet seems very vital for our infrastructure personally. There's women who when they get pregnant, they get hemorrhoids. And I have hemorrhoids, and bidets feel like a refreshing Sierra Mist. So not having a bidet is just misogynistic. I was sitting on a bidet earlier today, and it was so great that I went afterwards. Okay, I'm done.
I just hop in. You don't need toilet paper if you got running water, man. You don't just hop in the shower. Come on, get on down here, Nick Lindman. Go.
So, since we're down to throwing Hail Marys, has anyone thought of giving COVID-19 to Magic Johnson? Now, I realize that's a big ask and probably not going to work for 2 plagues, but I mean, we're mainlining Clorox. There are no bad ideas at this point. Let's roll the dice. That's my time. That's what I got.
Yes, thank you, Nick Lindman. That's pretty solid. That's a good idea. I don't know. Don't tell Fauci, just tell Trump. Just go straight to Trump. He's on Twitter a lot. You might get him. You're not Grace Snyder. Go.
Okay, all right. So more cock jokes. Sorry, we have to. Seriously, there's a micro farm. That's what it is next door to me. I'm very grateful. But I'm pretty excited about having gotten to hold this cock today. It was really exciting. First time in a while. And that guy submitted to me. I am now the big dinosaur on the street. So what happens is I throw food out at them by making a noise. I have an office. I work from home. I'm in the window seat. It's great. But I'll make a noise and I like stick my head out the window and throw food. And he like shows his prowess to the other hens. He's like, look what I found. Look at all this food. Today I held him. In my hand. He could go in my pot if I wanted to, but he scratched me first. So I have a cock STD now. We'll see how that goes, but it's not COVID. So that's good. And it's sanitized. So we're good. That's all I have right now. Thanks y'all.
Yes. Thank you, Grace Snyder. I'm looking for. Hey, Katie, is Michael in your room right now? What's going on?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. It's getting very tricky. I gave it back. Everything's moving so fast here. It's the speed of comedy. Where the fuck did he go? There. Just stop. Everybody, stop talking. No, I'm just kidding. Michael Cooper, go.
Guys, I don't like libertarians. They're very dishonest about their beliefs. Do y'all remember? These are like the small government people. Who's the biggest libertarian in Congress right now? It's Rand Paul, senator from Kentucky. Remember a few years back, Rand Paul got 3 ribs broken by his neighbor. What's the first thing he did? Ran to the cops. I remember when I got 3 ribs broken, I went right back to my argument. I said, Mom, I'm 9. I can watch a PG-13 movie. So that's the difference between a Southern progressive and these libertarians. See, a Southern progressive, you break 3 of my ribs, I'm taking it right back to the premise. All right, that's it. Thank y'all.
Yes, thank you. I feel like that is that was Michael Cooper. I feel like that's the purpose of libertarians, is for when Republicans need to get they need some crazy backing. They're like, oh man, we need the crazy guys on our side for this argument. We're gonna get the libertarians involved. They're so crazy. They're not even Republicans. They're so they're that out of it. So that's how they do it. Michael Cooper. Who's next? Jamie Schreiner, I think, left. Does anyone? No, I do not see Jamie anymore. I do see our next comedian now. I'm very happy. Looks like her video is moving again. It wasn't for a little bit. Kristen Lundberg. She's muted.
Am I on mute?
You're good. You're good. I'll start the
All
timer.
right. During these COVID times, there are things that you shan and shan't do. These are some things. During these times, you shan't lick an envelope. Instead, take a paintbrush and paint it with water. Okay, during these COVID times, you shan't rob. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You shan't rob your neighbor. Instead, install carpet in their house so their annoying ass running around kid doesn't make as much noise. During these COVID times, there are 2 sets of pajamas. You have private pajamas and you have public pajamas. Do not wear your private pajamas in the public pajama realm. During these COVID times, pay attention to your animals. Do not ignore your cat, or they will play Daytonian cat soccer with their cat turds while you're not looking. That's when your cat is from Dayton, Ohio, and they bat all their turds out of the cat litter box and they spread them all around. It's a dirty game. Okay, that's it.
I didn't know there was a difference with Dayton, Ohio cats, but there's such a difference with Dayton, Ohio people. I believe it. That's what it comes down to. You guys are all a bunch of weirdos.
We're different.
I'm looking for people. I'm looking for people.
I'm
Katie,
right here.
I'm looking for Mike and looking for you. There we go. Get on down, Katie Zane.
Hey y'all. Okay, so one of the things that happened at the beginning of the quarantine was that like somehow 4 games that were very sought after got like dropped right at the beginning. One of those games was Animal Crossing. And I realized after seeing like a fair amount of people post on Facebook that Animal Crossing is just The Sims for furries. Like they made a whole video game for a sexual proclivity. And I'm just saying, like, we're being really inclusive. But I think there's a bunch of people playing this game. They're like, I really like this game. It's just, I just like being an animal and having a house and talking to my friends that are also dressed like animals. And I just like the fact that we've made furries feel so part of. And that's enough out of me.
Yes, thank you, Katie Zane. Thank you, Katie. I think Miriam is not here anymore. Rightfully, I think she can be upset with me. That is totally my bad. I skipped her twice and then I brought her up. I'd like to point out, if this was a live open mic where I was hosting, multiple people would have asked me what the fucking order was and why I skipped them by now too. So I'm used to that. I'm used to being corrected in real time. That's how it usually goes. Feel free to private message me and ask where you are. It's weird having a public list. In the meantime, we got it. We're gonna keep going. Carrie Cool Trip, get on down. Unmuted you. There you go.
Yeah, okay, so when I was 12, I was in Boy Scouts. Yep, I was the only black one in there. I only joined because them white people that had the most exotic foods and best snacks that my granny couldn't buy. But it all came crashing down. That's what made me quit. When Professor Johnson, white ass Ben Johnson, decided to teach us how to tie knots. And every rope, different knot that he tied, he was looking dead at me. And I said, nope, hell no. I got the message, Mr. Johnson. Every rope, he had long ropes, short ropes. He looked at me every time. I said, nope, you ain't taking me back in history. I ran home. That was I was like a fat little baby penguin back then. So I ran 8 blocks to the house and told my granny that Mr. Johnson was trying to strangle me. And she said, what you mean? They were teaching her how to tie knots, and I can't die right now because I'm trying to have sex with Michelle Trachtenberg. That's what I told my grandma at 12. Y'all remember Michelle Trachtenberg? She was crazy. That's it for me, man.
Yeah, I do.
Yes. Thank you, Carrie Cool Trip. I just figured that after the last Boy Scout came out, that there had to be a surge of black Boy Scouts. Like,
yeah. A surge.
Where did all these guys come from?
That's
Wesley
funny.
Snipes, man. That's where they came from.
Oh,
Marketing ploy.
that's amazing.
But did I skip anyone? Just let me know. I made a joke about skipping people.
The last Boy Scout was Damon Wayans.
Oh, that's Christ. I'll take the Alex Avery. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. That was very racist. We'll edit this in post. Save
It's like 3 people.
I really thought I think I saw the movie once when it came out, and that was it. Holy crap! But we're gonna keep going, regardless of how apparently unintentionally racist I am as a host, which is coming out right now. I don't see Noah. Is Noah here? I don't see Noah anymore. Noah Saunders is gone. It'd be cool if they put the names alphabetically, but they don't do that. We're doing an alphabetical mic next time. That's what we're doing. Andre Hashim, you're up. You are up. Let's go.
All right. Alex might appreciate this. My grandma has really bad dementia, and she got it kind of all of a sudden. And I think we missed it. She had it for a long time, and we're just missing it because she's a Jehovah's Witness, and it's really hard to tell someone's losing their mind when they already speak in tongues. Yeah, it's a degenerative disease, and she recently lost the ability to swallow, and I just found out that's why my grandpa left. Yeah, it sucks. Grandma doesn't. I can keep going, but I think I'm out of time.
Bro, that was...
I mean, you're not, but you could do it.
All right. Well, no, it's actually not why my grandpa left. I think my grandpa left because he was gay. I'm not a detective, but he moved in with a younger man in Miami in his 70s. My friends tell me that I can't do that to him. I can't throw him under the bus like that. And I'm like, well, how can I throw him under the bus when he's already the bottom in the train? All right.
Damn, that's good, bro.
Thanks for the time, guys.
Thanks, Andre. Thank you, Andre. We're gonna keep rolling, guys. We just got a couple more. I don't know if my racism unintentionally has gotten anyone else to leave, but it appears not to have. Good night, Justin Goldberg.
All right. A little racism is good. I like my name because they're not even going to invite me for the interview if they have a problem with Jews. They just know, like, fuck it. I quit my first job because finance was the only place they could conceive. The only place I could be must be working the checkbooks and the balance sheets and the income flows. But honestly, I want to be up front. I've been left out and left behind. Don't matter. I'm gonna send it right back to you. That's all I need. Goldberg, out.
Goldberg out, guys. We're gonna keep going. Michael Schuh left. I don't know, man. If I could get people to quit equally. No, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. We got two more comics. One of them is Dr. K is back. Dr. K, I'm looking for you. There he is. We're gonna welcome Dr.
Right here.
K. Go.
All right. I often wonder what Jesus was like as a teenager. Did Joseph ever say, "Shut that door, Jesus"? Were you born in a barn? I don't have to listen to you, Joseph. You're not my real dad. You've been listening to those three wise guys again? Just Maury Povich. What? Why are you coming in so late? You been out drinking and dancing with your friends? Of course not. I was with my cousin John. He's a Baptist. We were at the donut shop. You were eating donuts with John the Baptist? I was eating them. He was dunking them for me.
That's funny.
You know he may have a talent. That's my minute.
Yeah, that was a very tight minute. That was exactly a minute. I like to point out when people literally hit it on the head of 1 minute. Guys, I want to go back to getting Wesley Snipes movies confused. Before I started doing stand-up, I did improv for a few years, and one time we took a suggestion on the top of a scene, and we asked the audience for a movie suggestion, right? And the audience said New Jack City. They said the movie New Jack. I mistook that movie for the movie Free Jack. So, you know what these movies are? New Jack City is a Wesley Snipes movie. It takes place in New York City and drug trade and whatnot. Free Jack City, if you don't know, is Emilio Estevez and Mick Jagger, and it's a time travel movie.
Emilio Estevez is a race car driver that gets hijacked and kidnapped forward in time so they can harvest his organs for rich people in the future. And then
So I'm playing that route, and everybody else is playing New Jack City. They're walking in trying to do like a drug deal. I'm coming in like Emilio Estevez. They just got kidnapped through time. So yeah, I'm really bad with movie references, and if you're ever doing improv, if you're not sure, just ask your scene partners what the fuck the movie was, because wow, that was probably the worst thing. It probably was beautiful. Like if we watched it now, like 8 years later, it's probably hilarious.
I would love to see a video of that.
It was so confusingly bad. It was so bad. Guys, we got one more comic. And then we'll call it, please welcome from his car, Alex Avery.
Hey. Okay, honestly, I never knew this. I never knew that when a service dog approaches you by itself without a person, you're supposed to follow it because it means someone needs help. But now that I know that, and safely assume this sweet ass dog that I've had for 3 weeks doesn't have anyone looking for it. So that joke is about being a great photo. I taught that dog to call the paramedics, and yesterday I was training him, and an emergency happened, and I said, "Hey boy, go dial 911." So I follow him out of the garage to the phone, and he did a great job, but he wasn't quick enough. Grandma ended up choking to death. Nope, I don't like that punchline. We're gonna fix that. I like the premise. That sucks, but all right.
Story of my life.
All right. Last, not everyone's a fan of America right now, but in the defense of the USA, thank God the internet was invented here. Otherwise, child porn would be through the roof. Were invented in a garage. Think about if they were made in a country where the age of consent was 14. What else would be happening in that fucking garage? I'm looking at you, Germany.
Damn.
We're gonna explore that premise a little bit more, but I think that's how much time.
It's time, man. Woo! Thank you for coming out, guys. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for
thanks, Mark.
Thanks for having it.
Thanks, Mark.
I'm gonna stop broadcasting. You guys can stick around for a little bit if you want, but for everybody watching at home, which I think is just my wife and my mom, simulation